Part 4, identifying the type of conic from an equation in general form. Identify each of the following as a circle, ellipse, hyperbola, or parabola. For an ellipse, state which direction is longer. For a hyperbola or parabola, state which way it is facing. So question 1, 9x squared minus 4y squared. I have both an x squared and a y squared, so it's not a parabola. And one's positive, one's negative, which means it is a hyperbola. Now this hyperbola is going to face right and left because the x squared term is the positive term, so it's a horizontal hyperbola. Part 2, we have a y squared but not an x squared. If only one of them is squared, we have a parabola. Now I know this is going to open either right or left because the y is squared. Now if I get all the y's on the same side and move everything else to the other side, and then I could complete the square on the y to put this in standard form. But whatever I do on the right side, I'm going to have to factor out a -4. So p-value will be negative. So this one is going to open to the left. Part 3, we have 16x squared and 16y squared. So we have both an x squared and a y squared. They have the exact same coefficient. So if I divide everything by 16, I'll have an x squared plus a y squared. So if they are the exact same coefficient for the x squared and y squared, same sign, same number, exact same, then it is a circle. And the last one, we have an x squared and a y squared. They're both the same sign, so it is an ellipse. If it was opposite signs, or if they had the same coefficient, they were opposite signs, the x squared and the y squared, there would be a hyperbola. If they had the exact same coefficient, it would be a circle. But this one is an ellipse. So we have an x squared and a y squared with different coefficients, but both the same sign. So we have an ellipse. Now, which way is the long direction? If I were to complete the square here, at the end, I'm going to have a 2 times the x minus h squared, and I'll have a 3 times a y minus k squared equals whatever I have. But when I divide by that number on the right, I'll have 2 divided by some number and a 3 divided by that same number. So the denominator here, this denominator will be bigger at the end than this denominator right here, because 2 over that number is a smaller number, will have a bigger denominator than 3 over that number. So this one, the long direction is horizontal. Now if you're not sure, you could complete the square, find the actual equation in standard form for any of these. You could do that, find that equation in standard form, and then look at it to decide which way it's facing or which is the longer direction.